Why you need a lead magnet? Yes, you do. Let me explain. Hello, it's John from Marketing for Owners. This is the site, the podcast, where you learn to create your self-marketing company. A company that does all the marketing for you while you can laze around on the beach, stay in bed, or do some work. But work that you'd rather be doing, making life much better for you. By the way, if you haven't tried it yet, it's getting rather popular. I created a free course to guide you through, because lots of people say, oh yeah, but you've got all the steps all over. But I put it together in a 12-day course. It's completely free. You don't have to enter a credit card or an address or a phone number or anything. Just go to freemarketingcourse.co. freemarketingcourse.co. What could be easier? And if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. It'll arrive every day in your inbox, and it's video, short form. You can watch it on a mobile or anything. It's dead good. And reports back say it's quite well done. So what do you know? Give it a try. So lead magnets. I talk about them quite a lot. But still, some people are not quite sure why they need one. Let me explain. The whole principle of having a website and marketing online, and by the way, having a website is marketing. It's not just for the sake of having a website, okay? Everything has to have a purpose. You will have paid either in money or in your time to create a website. Even if you make it yourself, that's your time. So your website needs to earn its money. And it has a choice of two ways of doing this. I've said before, there are only two things a non-government based website can do. And first one is it can sell stuff. Think of Amazon. Think of myfireprotectiononline.co.uk if you desperately need a fire extinguisher or a fire alarm system. So that's one. Or the other one, it can collect leads of potentially interested customers so that you can sell stuff to them later when they need it. Because of all the people that arrive at your website, the vast majority are just looking for information or checking you out, wondering who you are, finding out a little more information about you. They don't actually want something, but the reason they want to check you out and find out about you is because they may want something and they want to know a bit more, or they may want something at a later date. So when they check that at midnight, when you're fast asleep and it's midnight Sunday and they've been working in their restaurant or in their pub or whatever it is all day, and they've just got home and it's the only time they've got to check things like that out, you can't expect them to leave a message on an answer phone because you're not going to be able to ring them back in the time they want. They don't want to fill a form in because they want to know stuff right now. So what better than to have a lead magnet? Now what that is some kind of process whereby you offer them something for free, completely free, yes, free, as in that type of free, the one with no money. And in exchange, they give you their name and email, or at least their email, to get the free information. So it may be by download or instant access to it, something like that. Now this is permission marketing. So what they're doing, they are giving you permission to market to them. If you're doing it properly, you will be using an email service provider, someone like Aweber or MailChimp. If you go to marketingforowners.com/tools, then you'll find it in the top menu. You find resources and you'll find a link to Aweber and MailChimp because they're the ones we use. There are others, but we use them because we think they're the best. You need an email service provider like that to look after this. They look after the database, they send your emails for you so it gets through spam filters and all that stuff. And then it complies with the anti-spam acts all over the world, because every email will have one of those one-click unsubscribe links down at the bottom or even at the top, because people want to be able to get out of stuff. They don't want to have to write to you and say, please remove me from your list. They want to just click. Okay. So lead magnets, what could you do? What could you provide? The most popular and easiest, not necessarily the most popular, but the easiest thing to do that works for any industry whatsoever is to give people a top 5 resource list. Now that means generally the top 5 favourite tools that you use. If you are a painter and decorator, the top 5 tips and tools for getting a perfect job. For example, we all want to know how to cut in around windows. How do you guys do it? How do you do the straight line where the ceiling joins the wall? That kind of stuff. Do you use some special type of paintbrush for certain things that we hadn't even thought of? Those kind of things. If you are a landscape gardener, what lawnmower do you use? What wheelbarrow to use? And you think to yourself, who on earth wants to know that? Or you might think to yourself, well, I use a professional lawnmower that costs $2,000. No one wants to know that. Yeah, they do. They can't afford to buy one, but they can look at it and then they can try and find a cheaper version. They want to know. It doesn't matter. They want to know. I want to know. You may be a printer. You can say the top 5 paper tips. What works well? We get quotes from printers and it says matte, silk or glossy. And we may even get samples, but we haven't thought of things. What do we want to think about? What type of paper? Don't give us a list of choices. So tell us the top 5 paper tips. In fact, if you're a printer, of course, you can get people's addresses and then send them out a sample pack of different types and different sizes so that they can know. Then you get their address as well. Clever, eh? But if you are a photographer, for example, people will still want to use you for their photography, but you can tell them the top 5 ways to get the most out of your iPhone camera, the top 5 ways to get the most out of your own camera, the top 5 tools in my photography bag, filters, flash, tripod, camera, lens, bag, etc. People, you might think, well, how does that apply if people only want to come and buy a portrait? They want to know you're an expert. They want to know you're brilliant. They don't know who you are up to this point. They want to be convinced that you're fantastic and you know exactly how to do it. They don't want to do it. That's why they're looking at a photography site. They're not suddenly going to say, oh, wow, I can go off and buy a few £1,000 worth of gear and do it myself. They just want to know why you're good. So that is one of the easiest ways. Now, if you're a software company, you can say, here are the top 5 tools that we use to make ourselves more efficient. Here are the top 5 social media tools we've used to build our following. Here, if you're a fire protection tool, here are the 5 most popular fire extinguishers used by all our customers and why. Here are 5 combinations of firefighting equipment for the most common questions, the most common scenarios that we deal with every day, to help them choose. That kind of thing. Easy, that would be one sheet. Now you're thinking to myself, well, how do I produce that? And this is the thing, you just do it on Word. If it's a link, if you're sending them to Amazon, if you've got those photography things, tell them where's the best place to buy it. Send them a link. A link can be to Amazon, BH Photo, whoever it is. If it's software tools, give them a link, but write a little explanation. Just write it like a letter in Word and then save it as a PDF. That PDF can be linked, uploaded to your website, and then it links in with the form for the lead magnet and it all gets delivered. We use Lead Pages for this, leadpages.net. Again, if you go to that tool tools page on the website, there will be a link. But something like the freemarketingcourse.co, that's an extreme version because that's quite an involved tool, but it's free. They're all videos, they're all produced, it's completely free. Imagine how many people take that course. For those of you that have had my tools book, it's had been downloaded nearly 5,000 times now. I actually saw one of my emails says it's about 3,500. It's actually nearly 5,000 times. You can go to marketingforowners.com/71 and get our tools guide. That's got 71 of them in it. But we have shorter ones. We've got 5 top books, my 5 favourite podcasts, my 5 favourite bloggers, my 5 top tools. Of all the 71, we've got another lead magnet that tells you the 5 top ones. You'll find them dotted around the website. Please get yourself one of these reports. You need a lead magnet. You can then put a link to that on the back of business cards when you give them out. People that aren't even on your website say, look on the back, we've got a special tip for you. Go on our website, you can get a copy. They enter their email in, they're in your email address. If they're not interested, they won't even look. If they do look, they're interested. They could be a customer. Okay? We'll talk more about lead magnets, don't you worry. There's lots on the website about it. But for now, time for a drive time podcast because it's Thursday. So today, very, very popular, Tropical MBA. Now this has been around for a while. It's Dan Andrews and Ian Schoen. I'm not actually sure how you pronounce that, but you'll find all the links on the website. If you want to find the links for this, by the way, yes, go to marketingforowners.com/podcast/339 and you'll get everything I've spoken about, all the ideas. But what they do, Tropical MBA, is similar to Corbett Bars we mentioned a couple of weeks ago. It's location independent. So as you can imagine, people all over the world, they're not tied to an office or anything, but they've built a business. So they interview people who've built a business, but quite often they have more than money as the reason for starting their business. So more than bottom line profits, as they would say. It's every Thursday and it's about half an hour. Very, very good. I recommend it. Tropical MBA. I'll see you tomorrow with a weekend challenge.